Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have our 2-week update on this test that we're currently running where we are comparing different ceramic quick detailers. So if you didn't watch the first application video, the slickness test and the 1-week update, and basically what we did is this boot that we have here, this top half here, we ceramic coated with Carpro Sea Quartz UK 3.0. We did that around about 6 to 8 weeks until we set it inside, we left it, and then 6 to 8 weeks later, we got the panel. We then masked off a section here, so that top half is just coated, and this bottom half was just compounded and bare. We then applied these 5 products that we have sitting on this bench here. So quickly, I'll go through it. So here, coated, here, bare paint, nothing. I can actually remove these bits of tape that I have. So I've finally actually written down where each product is. So then here, we have the Carpro at the top, on top of the coating, the Carpro at the bottom, on top of just the bare compounded paint, and so on. So I'll go through the products. So we have Carpro Elixir, Gyeon Ceramic Detailer, Lithium Color Crush, Mother's Ultimate Hybrid Bead Booster Ceramic Detailer, and Meguiars Hybrid Ceramic Detailer. But yeah, so what we do is we leave this panel outside. It sits in the sun all day, cops a bit of wind and rain. You can see at the moment it's extremely dusty. So yeah, it's pretty dirty at the moment. We then, each week, we wash it and we just test how they are looking. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to give this a rinse now. So you can see there at the top where the ceramic coating is, completely different to the bottom. And you can see actually 3 of the bottom products are looking a lot different to the other 2. And then remember at the very end we have just the bare compounded paint. But so just to rinse over that top section of the coating again. Even though you can see the water on these bottom sections, bit of a slow sheet, some faster than others. At the top though, looks untouched. It looks the same as the coated section, or even better. So it's like these products all do seem to bond really well with the coating, and so far we're not seeing any reason to not use them on top of your coating. But yeah, so already kind of answering my questions, but I'd like to keep the test going to see if it does change as they really start to fade. So yeah, what we're going to do, we'll give it a quick wash. So got our Carpro reset, and this panel's kind of sitting a little bit haphazardly on top of this panel stand, so I won't put too much pressure when washing. Okay, so we've washed it and we're going to go ahead and rinse that off. Okay, so I can see down the bottom some differences, but what I want to do first is just go over the top section again. So if we just try and flood, so you can see that top section where it's the ceramic coating, you cannot actually flood that, especially on this angle. It is just too hydrophobic to allow us to completely flood that. So that tells me, and I can't see with my eyes, any difference as I go over. When we put it into the mist function, we might be able to see somewhat of a difference, but so far they are all performing really well on top of the coating. You can see that some sections are slower when they are just applied onto bare paint. Now, not that these are the products you would use as your base layer of protection, but if you do, some will give you some pretty good water behaviour, they all will at the first initial application, but I would recommend, and personally I would prefer using a better quality wax, sealant or coating as your base protection, and then using these on top. Now, I will also say that these are all products that you can as by their directions, used on top of other sealants and waxes. Some do mention specifically putting on top of a wax, some mention sealants, some just say for the coating, but either way I think any of them will work. So let's just go across the entire bottom section. Let's try and flood this. So we've got that all flooded. So you can see that Meguiars, the mothers and the Lithium all sheet that water off really quickly. So that's these three end sections here. Then the Gyeon, fair bit slower, and the Carpro, pretty slow and almost as slow as just the bare paint. So we'll do that again. Just go Lithium, mothers and Meguiars. So that mothers has really stepped it up. So it's actually looking the quickest so far. The Lithium came in second there and the Meguiars third. And one more time. So yeah, it looks like the mothers are the fastest, Lithium second, Meguiars in third, but Meguiars is a little bit of a bigger section I think down the bottom there. But either way, those all are really looking good. So compare, let's say watch the Lithium versus the Gyeon. So yeah, you can see a clear difference. So the Lithium, the mothers and the Meguiars, if you had those as your base protection, they are still pretty good to be honest. This is 2 weeks of sitting outside, so for a quick detailer that is quite decent. The Gyeon and the Carpro I probably wouldn't put as base protection, but they all seem to work amazing on the coating. Okay, so now we want to check the beading. So I'm just going to go over the entire panel with just the hose onto the mist function. All right, so I'll bring my GoPro in close to this one. So I'm going to chuck the light on as well. So let's go across the top. So there's the Meguiars on top of the coating. So this is all along the top, it's going to be on top of the coating. So the Meguiars, look at those beads, perfect and round. As we come across, that's the mothers. So I'll even try and get the writing so you can actually see. So I'm just trying to look, hopefully I'm keeping it in shot. I'm trying to look through my eyes and see if I can notice a difference. And I definitely cannot. Obviously there's sections where I held the hose a little bit longer, so over here on the Carpro there's less beading because I sprayed less water. But, and there, actually I might just grab the hose and just put a little bit more onto the Carpro on the coated section. Okay, let's just go back over those again. So that's the Gyeon, Carpro, and just the plain coated with nothing topped. So I cannot see any difference whatsoever. They're all looking amazing still, even though if we come down to the bottom section, so that there, so I'll come around. So coated, what I've written coated also at the bottom, there is nothing at all. So that is just compounded paint with no sealant, wax or coating. So it's still beading up, but not looking very good. That's the Carpro. So you can see at the top here, it's kind of got nothing, and it's not really looking much better than the plain untouched section. There are little spots where you get some nicer beading, but really not very good. Gyeon looks a little bit better, but still not great, especially when you compare it to it on top of the coating. The Lithium, we have had a bit of water run down through the Lithium section, but you can see the beads, they're pretty good. Again, nothing on the coated, but compared to the Gyeon and the Carpro, Lithium as a standalone with beading, pretty good. The mothers, we didn't actually get any water running down this one, so it probably makes it look better than the Lithium, but they are pretty similar. They're not perfectly round beads like the top, but the mothers and the Lithium, really nice beading. And the Meguiars, also really nice. So yeah, like I said, for the sheeting, It's the same results here. These three, Mothers, Meguiars and Lithium, all really nice. The water is just not really wanting to stick. It's pretty hydrophobic, and yeah, giving us nice beads. The Gyeon not far behind, and the Carpro definitely in last. But so yeah, there's not really much else we can go over. I will actually just grab my car dryer. So sorry for the noise, this will be loud, but okay, so we just put the car air dryer over, and it was definitely noticeable that the three sections which are the most hydrophobic, the water repelled from straight away. Obviously the whole top section, the water was gone as soon as the air even got close to it. But you could see the Gyeon, hopefully you could see in the camera, I was trying to focus on blowing the air dryer, but the Gyeon, the water disappeared pretty quick, and the Carpro a little bit slower, similar to the coated section. Still could blow it off because that car dryer is pretty powerful. But yeah, so there we go. That's 2-week update. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with all of these products, if I'm honest. Some of them, namely, I think these two, Gyeon and Carpro, are both mainly known for their ceramic coatings, and these are kind of products to use. Let me just grab the Carpro. So this is kind of sold to use on top of the coating, basically as a quick detailer. So it doesn't say anything about it lasting as bare protection, and yeah, I mean, I only put that in this video just so we had something to compare. As it starts to fail away, is it failing away on the coating? So I know I'm pointing out that the Carpro is starting to fail after 2 weeks, but that's all you really want out of it. It's a quick detailer. You're meant to use this probably every second or third time you wash the car, just to help dry. So it's doing its job. I'm not saying it's any worse than any others, but just how well some of these other ones work as bare protection. If you just have nothing on the car, then you can also get some pretty decent protection out of them for a few weeks. But yeah, so the main purpose of this test though is to watch as they start to fail. Are they all going to be like the Carpro and not actually affect the coating that they're sitting on top of? So far, they're all looking great, but I do want to continue this test on and see what happens after, say, a month, when they're all looking like the plain untouched section and just slowly sheeting. Is the water behaviour on top still going to be the same all the way around? So that's what we're going to find out. So yeah, we'll continue this test. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this one. This is one that I'm really interested in because, like I said, my cars are coated, and I would like to be able to use some of these, because if you watch the initial rinse and slickness test, the plain coated section was not very slick. I put a sponge on there and it did not go anywhere, whereas I put it on top of any of the other sections that have a product on top. They were extremely slick, so they added slickness, adding that little bit of protection on top of the coating, I guess, as well, like a sacrificial layer, and also not reducing any of the water qualities that we're getting from the coating. So it's, like I said, it's one that I'm interested in finding out the answer to, so hopefully you guys are too. If you are enjoying this one, just give the video a thumbs up. Leave your comment down below, let me know your thoughts after watching. And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, definitely go down, click the subscribe button, because there is plenty more videos like this with other products, other tests coming, and just anything with detailing I would like to make. If you have any product or video suggestions, definitely leave those below. Always interested to hear what you guys think and see if I can make something. But with all that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.